here's my buddy Nathan. He's out here riding his 2020 250. This is a TPI bike, and he's going to give us the owner's experience. He's going to just tell us a bit about it, some of the things you've had to fix, some of the things you like, love, hate. Go through the bike with us a bit.
So 2020 is the new year for this frame, and they changed the composite subframe in the back. Still has the
so this is composite. This isn't even underneath this. Is just like resin.
It's a carbon composite plastic, so lighter. It's supposed to be rigid, gives you some flex.
You like it?
I like it, except for in extreme enduro or hard situations. If the bike comes down sideways, if it takes a punch this way, the ears like to break off. So I've done some aluminum repair in there, hoping to actually resurrect that and make something better.
Is this something you put on here?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really good.
So on the inside, there's a piece of T6 aluminum that there's 3 bolts accessing and is holding it together for now.
It's just supporting it.
But that's one of the biggest shortcomings to this chassis.
It's probably that composite frame.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Otherwise, handles great off-road. The suspension does what you would want it to do in an off-road situation, but when you get into the faster whoops and the motocross situation, it's not very good. That's where I like the AER fork a lot better. Or
the air fork.
Yeah, get into the bike, do some tuning, bring it to your favorite shop, get them to.
So what is is it hard? Is it just too soft?
Too soft. If you want to make it stiff, it's stiff all the time, even when you're going slow. So that's where in the backcountry, if you're just doing second, third gear stuff, roots, logs, it does work well, but high speed, open desert type stuff, it's not very stable.
So that's a White Power Explorer.
That's my biggest complaint with this update. The old school open cartridge forks I thought were better on my KTM 250 XCW.
Yeah, what year was that one? That was a little bit older.
2010. Yeah.
And now you actually like that fork better?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was set up though, and we had bladder done to it.
This one is the linkage bike, so
the rear end on this I love way better.
Perfect. And
traction is definitely a big leap from 2010 chassis. That part I love. But otherwise, put oil in it. Don't have to mix the gas. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
You can pull up to the pump.
Is that your favorite part? Have you had troubles with the TPI?
No.
Really?
I would say that's because I've got the Euro tune done to it and it's been remapped, and I've decked the head 17,000.
Nice. That's almost, you know what? That wakes these bikes up so much. And I did the same thing with my bike. So mine's a KTM 300.
Yeah.
Very similar bike. And shaved the head, 18 thou.
Yeah.
And run pump gas, drop 2 main jet sizes.
Yeah. And it just helps you hold a higher gear longer and give you more.
And more power across the whole power band. You don't. It's not like a whole bunch more in the bottom, or it's like the whole thing is just amplified. It's awesome. Yeah. That's a wicked tip. I didn't know you had that done, and a lot of people don't know about it. You can literally take your head to a machine shop and $35.
Spin it on a lathe. Don't have to do anything fancy.
Yeah, you probably did it yourself. He's your welder, machinist. Yeah, there you go. That easy, folks. Yeah.
What else do I like?
Hours? What do you got for hours on this guy?
I think we're at 153.
Ooh.
I was injury bound this year, broken foot, dislocated shoulder, didn't get as much time to ride as I wanted.
You pretty much missed
we were on a fire.
Yeah. So that's actually a lot of hours, because I remember when you got this. It wasn't that long ago, considering an injury. Like, so you put Z time on it.
Yep.
When you're healthy, you're riding it.
And otherwise changes, I've just put lower handlebars to give you a bit more of an attack position.
I like that too.
I like stock foot pegs.
I like the cool foot pegs. Seems very similar bike to mine. I'm sure the motor's pretty close. This is the 250, so this one probably feels a little more racy than a 300. 300's a bit more linear. Like feels like the 300 feels like less.
Yeah.
It really does.
But actually, this would be my all-time favorite thing about this bike is the counterbalanced engine.
Yeah, huge difference.
Almost smoother than a 4-stroke.
Yeah, man, you know what? You get
More tractability. That's another thing.
well, you can ride it for a lot longer, but you get spoiled. You don't realize how smooth they are until you jump on like Rowan's Kicks 250. You get on that thing, and it's just like bah, 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 bah. Like you feel every pulse of the motor through your
hands, everywhere,
through your grips.
This is almost like silent. It feels like you're riding an electric bike.
That was probably the biggest, best update I've seen done to a 2-stroke motor.
Yeah, it's amazing.
In 20 years. Like liquid cooling. Since liquid cooling, that's probably the best upgrade.
Yeah.
I heard you can actually get them now and install them in different bikes.
Probably. I haven't heard of it yet. But that's sweet.
Electric Start had much trouble with that.
Nope.
And love that, eh?
Way better than the old bike.
The old
my
kickstart.
XCW in 2010, those starters are good for about 25 hours, and then it's rebuild time. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, owner's experience, what would you give it out of 1 to 10?
I would give this bike an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's mostly just due to the front fork.
Yeah.
But it does the off-road thing like I would love it. It's not great at handling high-speed corners, but it's easy to place the front tire when you want to dangle and jump obstacles, goof around. It's got that, and tractability is awesome.
Yeah.
Power is manageable, and the clutch is the best thing since the old bikes.
Yeah,
So
the
smooth,
hydraulic
and you
clutch,
can feel
and
it
always the
through.
same. It doesn't change throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about overheating? Have you had any overheating?
Nope.
And do you have the fan?
I don't have a fan, and I think it's an attribute to the 250. They run a bit cooler than the 300s.
Yeah.
The only guys that seem to blow rad caps and steam out is the 300s if you're really working them hard in the low RPMs.
And then I think a lot of that is if they're not jetted properly.
Yeah.
If they're running too lean, they're going to overheat.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed, like even my 300, is you get the high pressure cap.
Yep.
And you run like the Evans or the Engine Ice, and you got to be doing something wrong to boil it over.
Yeah.
Like you're slipping the clutch too much, or
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool machine.
So you love this thing, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, you'd probably highly recommend it. What about the price? There is a price difference when you go into the Husqvarna market.
It is true. I was tempted to buy a KTM because it's a little bit less money, but my favorite shop in Vernon, BC is the Husky dealer. And
Nice.
it was,
Well, shout out.
I just felt like Rider's Edge Husqvarna was a great place to buy a bike.
Yeah.
And I just know they always
And
got
they
my
know what
back.
they're doing.
Yeah.
Like the owner is
Yeah.
pro rider.
Yeah.
I've seen him show up to races, and he's just like going up the hills that everybody's like, there's a big bottleneck, and he's just like, move out of the way, Rob.
They care about the
So
customers.
he knows what he's
They
doing.
would be happy.
That's Rider's Edge suspension in Vernon, and he even like his name is just that. It's Rider's Edge suspension is what it started out, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah,
Now
he was set up bikes and tune them so that you had the best rider's experience, and now he sells bikes, and it's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, and it's a good shop too. I like that he's open on the weekends. Or he's open on Saturday. I don't know if it's Sunday, but
No, they're closed Saturday, Sundays, but they're open on Mondays.
oh, but they're open on Monday
Where every other shop's closed on Mondays.
and Friday. They're open on Friday.
They're open on.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty thorough, and I think that was a pretty honest review, really, because nobody likes to say what the faults are, and you know there wasn't many.
No.
And overall, he loves it. He loves this bike, so highly recommended. And 8 out of 10 is highly recommended.
Yeah.
Really.
If it makes you smile when you look back at it when you park it in the garage, it was worth it.
Perfect. Fuck.